often hear people ask such things as, am I too old to learn a language? Is there a best age to learn a new language? Or have I already missed my chance? Many people carry this doubt quietly for years. They feel that language learning belongs to childhood, to school, to youth, to a period of life that has already finished for them. But I want to start with something very direct. I'm 70 years old and I'm still learning languages. So instead of guessing, let's actually look how language learning works. Because what most people believe about age and languages turns out not to be true. So, is it possible to learn language as an adult? The short answer is, of course, yes. Adults can absolutely learn a new foreign language, reach fluency in that language. In fact, adults often learn certain parts of language faster than children. Adults typically learn grammar faster because we can understand more complex explanations. We can see patterns, compare structures, and apply rules immediately. Adults also have metacognitive skills, meaning we understand how to study. We can plan, review, organize, and adjust our learning methods. Children usually can't do that. So here's the key distinction. Children acquire language naturally. Adults learn language strategically. They are two completely different processes, and one is not inferior to the other. They are simply different paths to the same goal. So, what is the best age to learn a new language? The honest answer is it depends on what you want. From ages 0 to about 7, children have the greatest advantage. They can develop a native-like accent with much more ease because they have a very flexible linguistic and cultural identity. Now, if you can learn to be that flexible as an adult, you will become even more powerful. Children also tend to absorb sound patterns automatically at that age. From about 8 to 18, learners still have strong pronunciation ability and imitation ability, but they also gain faster vocabulary expansion and cognitive flexibility. They understand more complex topics and vocabulary. This is often a very efficient learning period, but adults have a different kind of advantage. Adults learn grammar faster. Adults can have more discipline. Adults can have more motivation. Adults can have clearer personal goals. So the best age depends on your definition, what you're looking for. If you want a native-like accent, then early childhood is the easiest way to obtain it, but also possible, as I say, with flexibility in your linguistic and cultural identity, who you identify with, who is your reference group, how easily can you imitate. If you're looking for efficiency, adolescence is excellent. If you want purpose-driven fluency, adulthood may actually be ideal because adults tend to be more self-motivated. So what are the advantages of learning a second language at an early age? Now, we should be fair. There truly are advantages of learning a second language at an early age. As I pointed out, the main factor is pronunciation, ability and willingness to imitate native speakers. Also, they are not afraid of making mistakes. They adapt culturally very easily, again, due to not having a strong fixed cultural identity. Their brains are highly plastic. Children don't analyze language, they imitate. And imitation is powerful. They repeat what they hear without hesitation. They experiment constantly. They communicate first and refine later. But that does not mean adults cannot succeed. It simply means adults must use a different strategy. Now, there are definitely advantages that adults have. Adults actually have remarkable strengths. They can have clear reasons, they give them motivations, travel, relationships, cultural interests, intellectual curiosity, etc. And adults may have the financial resources to access the learning materials and pay for tutors and practice during travel. Adults usually have much more experience and emotional resilience when it comes to learning. We know how to persist even when progress is slow. We also have longer attention spans and the ability to compare language systems, something children cannot do. And here is the most important point. Children usually don't choose to learn languages. Adults do. And motivation can change everything. Then comes the question, can adults become fluent and speak naturally in a foreign language? Yes. Fluency is not about age. Fluency depends on hours invested, consistency, balanced input and output, and emotional engagement. If you listen regularly, speak regularly, and interact meaningfully, your brain adapts. The human brain remains capable of forming connections throughout life. Accent, pronunciation, prosody may be harder for adults. That is true. But fluency, the ability to communicate and understand and participate in conversations, is completely achievable. Many adult learners reach advanced levels, even C1 and C2 proficiency, when they remain consistent over time. So the real enemy is not age, it's psychology and attitude. Ego stops people from sounding imperfect. Fear of embarrassment keeps them from speaking. Perfectionism delays practice. Lack of consistency prevents progress. Unrealistic expectations cause people to quit. Adults want to sound correct before speaking. Children tend to speak first and improve naturally. Children are not afraid of mistakes, and that is why they progress. So from this, we can come up with some tips for language learning as an adult. So what should you actually do? Study daily, even if it's just 20 minutes a day. Consistency matters more than intensity. Focus on high-frequency vocabulary first. A small core vocabulary unlocks real conversation. Speak early. Do not wait till you feel ready. Readiness comes from actually speaking and trying to speak. Accept mistakes. Mistakes are not failure. They are feedback. Immerse yourself with digital media, videos, podcasts, online conversations. Track your monthly, not daily progress. Try to think in the language, not translate constantly. And build emotional connections. Connect the language to real people and real experiences. Most importantly, make it part of your identity, not just something you study. It should become something that you live, a new and different exciting way to experience life. When I began learning languages, I never asked, if I was too old. I just started. And I kept starting again and again with each new language. And even now at 70, I continue studying a multitude of languages, including some new ones recently, such as Mongolian, since I plan to go to Mongolia in July of this year to see the Nardam Festival. The point is continuity. I've been learning languages all my life, so I have a very strong basis. The more experience you have, the better you are at doing it. And the more you understand about grammar in general, shared vocabulary, creating new linguistic and cultural identities, etc. So in conclusion, are you too old to learn a language? No, there is no too old. It's only more challenging if you have not done so in the past. So don't get too comfortable, too distracted, too impatient. So if you are alive, which is obviously true, you're watching this video, then your brain is still plastic. It is still capable of adaptation and growth. The only real barrier is not age, it's hesitation. So if you have been waiting for the right time to study language X, this is the right time. Start now. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. If you would like to know more about my experience over the past 5 decades, learning and using more than 30 languages around the globe, with adventures in 101 countries so far, then please visit my website, polyglotdreams.com. There you will find my memoir, A Life in 30 Languages, translated in various languages and integrated with audio and dual readers to offer a great way to improve your target languages.